Hello, my name is Diego Yarawy, and today I'd like to share a little bit about how I decided to become a transformative coach. So, my story started about 3 years ago, a little bit more than 3 years ago, when I had this dream. I was this muscular guy, and I was fighting with chains. I was a little bit muscular than this body, but seriously, I was really fighting. And when I woke up, I felt exhausted. And I knew that there was a message of my being, and the message was very clear. There was a part in me that felt trapped. So I decided to go on this journey for a silent retreat. It was 10 days silent retreat. It was a very powerful experience. The first days, I was able to develop this technique where I was releasing some tension and some emotions trapped in my body, and it was first superficial, like I was able to release this tension and this resentment and these fears and these emotions in my skin, then my muscles, then my organs, and I was even able to get to my bones. So by day number 8, I was really very effective with this technique. So I was able to release these sensations, these blockages very fast. But then I got to this sensation in my chest, what we could call the heart chakra or the plexus chakra, and I was really fighting with it. It was not moving. I was feeling more and more and more pain. Start getting concerned about my health. So I shared the situation with the teacher, and the teacher was not really able to help me at this point. And I went back to my room that night. The pain was growing and growing. It was very intense. I was very concerned. I was thinking about leaving to a hospital, going to a healer, going to the Amazon, doing something, because it was not really getting better. But one of the main lessons I was getting from this retreat was about really trusting my inner wisdom. And my inner wisdom was telling me, keep observing this sensation, keep going deeper. So that's what I did. Even though the teacher told me not to go outside to meditate, to be careful with the snakes, with I don't know, some other dangers, I went out to the forest and I found out this opening where I'd sit down in meditation, doing the same postures that I developed during these first 8 days. And all of a sudden, this storm started. Like, it was a lightning storm. And I started getting connected with this sensation inside me, and I started getting these visions. I was not thinking about the visions. I was focusing on the physical sensations, but the visions were just coming to me. And the visions were about this, what I understand, past life, where I was a hunter and I was killing animals just like crazy, literally, because I was very unconscious. And all of a sudden I got shot as well. I got hunted as well, and I was fighting with life. I was fighting with death. And I realized that during this process of meditation, experiencing this sensation, I was having the possibility to change my emotional memory about death, changing that association and that fear of death that I was carrying very deep inside me. So I thought that maybe I was dying at that moment. Maybe it was snake, maybe a lightning, it was gonna hit me. And I just did this prayer. It was just like asking Creator, just giving thanks to Creator, and saying like, Creator, I'm ready to go if that's what's necessary. I'm ready to trust and to surrender completely. But more than ever, today, right now, I feel grateful for this experience of life. And if I'm willing to stay here in this experience of life, I'm gonna devote my life, my voice, my heart to the service of others. At that moment, I start feeling this energy just being released through my hands, that they just get open, and I start feeling, through my fingers, all this energy being released. I start shaking and shaking, very intense. And after about 15, 20 minutes, I was able to come back to, normal. And it was not normal. I was actually feeling a very deep sensation of peace and serenity. And I saw everything together. I saw how I grew up as a very afraid kid because I was very overprotected. And the message that I got because of that, it was there's something wrong with me. So I was kind of avoiding myself with that belief. So I was always like wearing this mask. So I was in this fight with myself, which was a fight with life. So I was avoiding myself, I was avoiding life. So by accepting myself fully and loving myself fully, I was able to accept and love life fully. And that's when my fire got ignited, when I got my purpose clear, when I was able to really connect with the energy of life. And I became the source of love, consciousness, and prosperity.